What is up, everybody? Welcome to this edition of a Lag Spike Breakdown. I'm your host, Adam, and yeah, a little bit of Assassin's Creed 3 trailer got dropped today, so I thought I'd bring the Lag Spike crew on and let's break this down to see what we think about all of this. So I've got two guys here that are not Assassin's Creed fans at all with me. We got Joe Numbers, and also we got Stu here. What's up, guys?
What's up? What's up?
So the trailer dropped today. So pretty excited about the game, or just it's all right. We'll see what happens.
Well, personally, and from playing the first, what was it, 3-4 games, the story's progressed. So I'm kind of interested a little bit more in Desmond, which apparently is going to be a little bit more playable in this one. So quite eager to get my hands on this and either finish the story or continue it.
Either one or the other is going to happen. So
yeah,
hopefully.
Well, it's got the possibility to drag on even more.
I hope so. I
wonder what they're going to do with that.
So all right, guys. Well, I think we gotta go ahead and kick it off, and let's get into this trailer. How about that? All right.
Sounds good.
All right. So we'll kick it over and let's start it off and let's play it here.
Peggy 18.
On this land, I am torn. Part of me wants to fight and repel all outsiders. The other part of me is the outsider. In the name of liberty, I will fight the enemy, regardless of their allegiance. While men of courage write history of this day, the future of our land depends on those who are truly free.
And we get a date, finally. Finally.
Finally.
Which is going to be awesome. Everything's happening in October. By the way, the collector's box looks absolutely amazing. I'd say, and that's probably the first game you'll ever see me say, oh wow, the collector's box will look really damn good.
Yeah, that is a pretty funky design they've got for that.
I think so too. So.
Well, they're going to have a bit of a challenge, especially with the release date. I mean, 6 days after October 31st, you're going to have Halo 4 released.
Which is going to be hard to compete against.
The next card.
Yeah. And right at the beginning of the month, you've got Dishonored, so in October rather. So.
Oh yeah, but they really. I'm sorry, cutting you off. They really been pushing this date for a while though, because they were trying to go with the entire perspective of the game, how the story was leading, to where basically it was all about what was going to happen at the end of December 2012, the end of the world, apparently. That's what this entire game was basing up to. So the date doesn't surprise me, but it also makes me wonder if they're going to be having another game after this.
Possibly. Maybe.
Possibly, because, I mean, spoilers for anyone who's not played Revelations, they've got to the point where now they've they know the location of the Grand Temple, which is meant to be like where humanity can go to and be safe from what we know as a solar storm that's going to pretty much wipe out the planet again.
So now with this trailer right here, you're seeing with like a lot of the. I mean, in the very beginning, you see where he's running. You see a tree slides underneath of it. That's a mechanic that we really haven't got to see in a lot of the games at all. I'm going to go ahead and say we haven't seen that at all in any of the games. So that's going to add an extra, a little bit of, I guess, to get away from enemies, to be able to slide underneath of something. Maybe they'll have to jump over so you can get a little bit extra distance on them, possibly. Maybe. But I think we should just definitely go through
looking at it, you've got loads of new evasion moves and loads of assassination moves. So
yeah, which is
it's going to be really
awesome.
interesting of how you can go about getting away from certain guards, assassinating a new target. There's going to be loads of different possibilities, and just from the pre-alpha footage, it looks freaking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see right here, it is just absolutely gorgeous game. I really can't stress that enough that I've never been that I have been impressed, but I'm not like I'm just wondering how the tree like you've seen crawling across the trees here. Actually, on my side, if I will go ahead and throw you all sharing my screen on my side. Nah, it's not gonna let me. But anyway, going through this, like where he's going across the trees and things like that. Any spots that you all really noticed, like anything major happening with?
Well, one thing I really noticed, it wasn't really the environment per se, but it was, well, if you want to take the matter of him being involved in basically the Revolutionary War at the time, the American Revolution. Everybody has a gun, not really just him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I would think that might give the developers a chance to be able to make the game a lot more harder in difficulty. Because everybody else running around with a sword and you're the only guy with a gun, you can hit him from a distance. It's pretty easy.
Like with this right here, this is absolutely awesome. This part, about 38 seconds in, right here, where he goes. He throws, like, it looks like, I don't know if it's a spear with a rope attached to it, or it's an arrow or something like that. That's the sliding mechanics I was talking about earlier. And he throws it, and then he, like, hoists the guy up into the trees. Absolutely awesome. This is another part right here that I really want to focus on, is there's wildlife in this game.
Yes.
So, they said, I listened to an interview with one of the developers, and he's like, there's going to be like things where you can go out and like kill animals, like hunting animals, and like achievements and stuff like that for killing so many animals, or hunting like a big buck or something like that, and you come back with his hide or something like that, and trade with the town folk and stuff like that. That's absolutely awesome. I think that's really, really, really cool. So I love the fact of the bear. That's like he's like, dead body. What is this? Somebody assassinated this guy? Oh no, a bear did.
I like how they also. It seems like I think this is the first time out of all the games that you've actually seen a place where you're actually out in the snow.
Yes, and they said that weather changes in this game, so it's like sometimes it's easy to get through. Like it's not going to be this like, oh look, it's pretty. No, it's actually going to be like, well, with the him fighting the bear, you all saw like him like going through the snow, how hard it was for him to walk through it. In this spot right here, yeah. See, as you can tell, he's like walking in the snow and it's sinking in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is with snow in video games, they've still got a long way to like develop the snow, but it still looks awesome. I mean, if anything, they've probably learned from how Uncharted does sand.
Yes.
In the latest one.
Yes.
Because, I mean, that game, obviously, for sand and snow or whatever, they're probably the best leading technology-wise of showing how it should be done in games engines. So they've probably learned a lesson or two from them with the snow.
Well, and another thing is that you'll see right here with this is where Joe was talking about, this would be the one where you're going to have to deal with people with multiple, different weapons, with guns, and, you're going to have to dodge that. So, as you'll see right here, him, picking, and the guys are, just trying to kill him. Next thing you know is he just goes crazy with a tomahawk.
Yeah, when I see the tomahawk, though, and most of his weapons are really based from the Native Americans, at least I think so. So I'm thinking he's going to be playing like the Native American role, as we already know, but I think he's going to be siding with the Americans specifically. At least I think so.
Well, if you look at the trailer and listen to what he says, he's an outsider, but then he's an insider as well.
Yeah.
So he's half British and half American, or native, or whatever.
He could be half native, but he's fitting in with the Americans. That's why he could be considered an outsider to them.
That's this right here, this combat right here is just absolutely ridiculous. With this assassination right here where he's fighting the two guys, here I'll back it up again and show again. Right here where he's fighting the two guys and he takes the other guy's gun and just rams just directly through him. I just with the bayonet, that's absolutely amazing. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
It's a beast of a finisher move.
Yeah.
Should we say.
Every bit of it.
I'm hoping that's not cinematic based, though. I hope you can actually do that in the game.
And like Marcus is saying,
it is pre-alpha. A lot of this stuff is early.
I mean, when you play Revelations and you're in the moves of attacking, you have the ability to change the finisher. So you don't always get the same finishing move. It cycles through them, so it probably depends on how you handle the situation, the outcomes of the finishing move.
Yeah, I like Marcus is sitting there saying in the chat about the body shields. That's another mechanic in the game. I really cannot wait. This game's got me. I'm starting to change my mind about a lot of games here. I didn't really care for the other Assassin's Creeds too well. 1 was really repetitive. 2 was all right. It was okay. It was good. And then
the music was just fantastic too.
Yeah, but this one's really got me kind of I was kind of I see him running across trees and stuff like that's cool, whatever. But now another mechanic that I was just talking about is where you see him run and jump through that building as he's trying to escape. He goes into another building, jumps through the window, rolls through the window, goes out the other side of it. That's another thing that we've not seen in the other one. So being able to go through, jump into a window, get away, and who knows, there might be hidden items in those windows. Might be something else.
There's bound to be. I mean, playing through the other games, when you're at Ezio, there's balconies in that are kind of pushed away, which would have different treasure chests, and you'll be able to get different amounts of gold or certain shells for bombs. So there's bound to be things hidden in there, like flags and treasure and whatnot, maybe even some new stuff.
So is this a buy? That's the off of what you've seen so far from alpha. This is alpha footage that they said in the very beginning. Is it actually a buy?
For me, it's a definite buy. I've already pre-ordered the the collector's edition or something? The one that comes with the I think it's the 7-inch high figure of Connor.
I really like this character. I do like this character. The way that that it's